Hi, my name's Sophie Watson and I help corporate and entrepreneurial women to reduce and eliminate stress and anxiety within 24 hours to 40 days of working with them. Here are a few tips for you. This week's tip is all about stress. Now, we all get stressed from time to time, some more than others, but the way to deal with it is to actually start to recognise your own stress signals. So some people find it difficult to sleep. Others will have a loss of appetite, and that's one of my signals. If I'm getting stressed, I don't tend to eat much, and that is really unusual for me. Some people go to the other extreme where they're constantly eating. Headaches, dizziness, nail biting, all signs of stress. Trouble with your bowels. So it's just really recognising when these things are going on and trying to work out exactly why that's happening. What is it that's causing you to get really stressed? So it's basically identifying the source. It could be, the source of the stress could be events that are going on at the moment. It could be your work situation. It could be your finances. It could be a number of different things. Family life, your kids playing up constantly. You need to work out what it is that's really starting to trigger that stress off in you. The next thing you need to do is to determine how you're actually dealing with it at the moment. Are you dealing with it at all? Is it coming out in different ways? Do you normally deal with your stress with unhealthy behaviours like drinking more, smoking, making rushed or unwise decisions? Is this what you're doing? A way of determining all these things is to write down how you're feeling at the moment. So write down what unusual things are coming up within you, how your body's feeling. So for me, the way that I noticed, and this was far too late for me, the way that I noticed that I was stressed was mood swings. I was becoming really emotional. I had a loss of appetite. What else is going on? Behaviour. My behaviour changed, and I ended up doing things which was totally out of character. So that is one of the extremes of stress. So if you can sit down for 5 minutes and just write down what's going on around you at the moment, and then you can work out from there where that stress is coming from, what events have happened recently in order for that stress to start building up even more. Have there been any triggers that have gone on? So once you've got that list and you know you've got an idea of where that stress is coming from, you can start to do something about it. You can start asking people for help. If it's something that's really stressful, if it's something like you need to go and work, but you've got to sort out childcare as well, find out as much as possible as to who can help you. Then maybe you don't know until you actually start asking. So you've got to get rid of that thing of feeling as though you can't ask people. At the end of the day, there are people that are out there willing to help you, but you've got to be ready to ask them. Other things you can do, remove yourself from the stressful situation. So, like, a lot of people sit at their desk at work and have their lunch. Why? You're sat there in it's already stressing you out, that stressful environment, sitting at work. Why not actually take yourself out of the office, go for a walk? You need to have a break. You need to get away into some fresh air, go and have a walk or something. Just go and sit by yourself. If you feel that too many people are talking to you and putting too much pressure on you, then just remove yourself from that situation. Guaranteed, if you're sat at your desk having lunch, you're constantly looking at, like, dealing with stuff that's coming up on your computer, or people coming in and chatting to you while you're having your lunch, or the phone's ringing, and when somebody else isn't answering that phone, you feel as though you have to. So just take yourself out of that situation. Just go and sit somewhere that's, if you can, somewhere that's nice and quiet, and just relax for a little while. Did you know you need to get as much sunlight as possible? So even just by going sitting by a window or looking out, whatever, that is going to help relieve your stress. Even better still, if you can go out for a walk, if it's a nice day, just go out for a walk and get some fresh air. It helps with your breathing. You're not stuck in that office constantly where the same air is being circulated around. You need to get some fresh air into you, and you'll find that your mind is a lot clearer when you go back in. Do you have a hobby that you like? Is there something that really you feel passionately about? Do you play instruments, or do sewing, do something creative, play sports? All of those things will actually help you to de-stress. Something that you actually love doing, you need to do more of it. That's a really great way of just removing you from those stressful situations, get you thinking about and concentrating on something else for a little while. One of the things that I love to do is I love listening to music, and especially if I've got my favourite band on, I know that my mood completely changes. I completely forget about everything else. So when I really want to de-stress, I will go onto YouTube, find my favourite band, by the way it's the Foo Fighters, and I will sit there and I will watch the whole entire concert that's on YouTube. And I know that my mood will completely change from how it was an hour before. It's not always practical to remove yourself from a situation for an hour or so, but if you can do it for at least 5 minutes, just take yourself away, go and sit down, relax, do something that isn't involving that thing that's stressing you out. Get a clearer perspective on things. A couple of other points to make. We need to start learning how to say no. So if somebody asks you to do something, and it's probably you've got a ton of other things going on, instead of actually feeling guilty about it, just say, look, I'm really sorry, I can't at this particular time, I've got a lot going on. People will prefer it for you to be honest and say that you can't do it, rather than agreeing to do it and then not delivering the goods, if you get what I mean. So learn how to say no, because it will take a lot of pressure off of you at the end of the day. The other thing to remember is also about managing your time better. So we tend to cram in a lot of stuff, and then when something doesn't get finished, we get really stressed about it. So a really good way of dealing with that is to actually block out periods of time within your day in order to get certain tasks done. So like for me, what I do is during my week, I look to see what sessions I've got booked in, and in between those sessions I block out periods of time in which to get certain tasks done within my business. Because if I just left it and didn't plan when I was going to do those certain things, they just wouldn't get done. Other things would start distracting me, and less important things would end up being finished, and I'd still have those big important things that take a bit longer to do still hanging on my shoulders, waiting to be done and never getting done. So by blocking out those periods of time within your diary, you'll find that your time management is a lot better. I hope those tips were helpful. If you would like more help, then please click on the link below, which is my website, www.sophiewatson-therapy.com. By visiting the website, you can actually register for a free session with myself. Now that can be in person or via Skype. All you need to do is just click on the link and get in contact with me, and we will get you booked in for your free session.